My name is Arnie Kankowitz. I will respectfully agree with the last statement by Jim, but disagree with many of the others. I don't think that the founders of GAA who split off from GLF were frightened of the politics. I think they were angry about them. I think that they felt that GLF had paralyzed itself in arguments about whether they could get Huey Newton's name, to use in their favor. And the left, unfortunately, like the right, as was said earlier, always put the homosexuals last. If they were allowed to join a parade, they were told to keep their signs down. I think aside from the meeting style, which was Robert's Rules of Order, and I suffered through those as everyone else did, and voting by majority, remember that we had meetings of about 500 people, and you couldn't very well reach a consensus in a room that crowded. So order was absolutely necessary. One thing I just want to say about tonight, back in the early 70s, GAA and GLF were blood enemies like the Sharks and the Jets. And I think that over time we have grown to see that we were all part of the same thing and that we can respect each other. It only took 40 years, but that's not too bad.
Thank you, Arnie. Ellen, I'm gonna let everybody say one last thing because we're way over time. But as you can see, we have enough material to talk about, to do 6 hours on this easily on just this one thing. I'm saying that Ellen's going now.
I just wanted to say that the photos that you've seen tonight are going to be published sometime this fall or winter in a collection, a retrospective of my work called Portraits from a Transformative Decade, 1968 to 1978. Look for it. Hopefully it'll be at Oscar Wilde. So if you want to have these photos for your own, look for that book. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We'll each get one more turn at the mic now, and then we're going to end it. And please don't leave yet because I have some people I must thank at the end. So please just stay in a couple of more minutes. I beg you.
Yeah, please, those of you who do surf the internet, pick up a slip with my website. I have the first issue come out and probably the two most important pamphlets of GAA online. So you can see the sort of thing that both groups accomplished. I was in GAA during the militant period. I mean, some of the demonstrations like separate church and state against both Jewish and Christian groups, especially the cathedral, were very militant, separate church and state. And once we even had an anarchist contingent that had a chant, 2468, smash the church, smash the state. Well, that was going a bit far, but anyway, it was fun. And so GAA was not always a stuffy and conservative group.
Anybody else on the panel want to say a last word? Okay. All right. I want to thank every. Okay. Do you want to say last word?
Yeah. Just. I think everyone should have a chance to say something last.
Well, I asked everybody, and they didn't want to.
Have someone else speak.
Does anyone else want to say something?
I just asked them.
A couple of things. I want to identify with John on saying that I too am an AIDS dissident, and I think that kind of courage of thinking comes out of what made GLF. And Artie Kankowitz, who was one of the founding members of GAA, I consider hopefully a friend, and we can disagree about some things, but in the bottom line, we stand on the same side of the street when it comes to oppression. There was no Cadillac parked in front of the Stonewall. There are lots of charlatans who have raised money, called themselves original Stonewallers, veterans, etc. They weren't there, they're not a part of our history, and it's really unfortunate that good, straight people listen to them and give them money, and they confuse our young people. So please, listen to the voices. We are just very different kinds of voices up here, but we're the people that made history at that time.
Okay, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the panel so much, some of whom I haven't seen in years. Okay, I want to extend really the greatest thanks to several people, and then I'll shut up. I want to thank the center, Bob Woodward, for getting this together. I want to thank Ori for dealing with my craziness and getting the room set up the way that I wanted it to be. I want to thank Sage and especially Tom Weber, the director, Michelle D'Amato, Alex Kent, who is so wonderful, and our newest member, and a huge, special cheer and a thanks for the person that really put the thing together for me. Couldn't have been done without him. He was so wonderful. He dealt with all of my craziness. He dealt with my bugging him day after day after day. I drove him crazy. He's checking into a mental institution after he leaves tonight. I want you to all give a big hand to the lovely and gracious Ryan McNamara. Stand up, stand up, stand up. So, I guess that's it. Oh, and one last thing. If anybody wants to watch that footage again, it's on the website of Out in the Center, and you can watch it on the website of Out in the Center. I want to thank everybody, the audience here, and we're going to do it again, so keep looking in the magazines for the next one. Thank you.